Germany's newly elected leader, Friedrich Merz, delivered a stark warning to the United States on Monday, cautioning against any retreat from its transatlantic alliances. At the same time, he urged Europeans to rapidly strengthen their own defense capabilities, emphasizing that it was 5 minutes to midnight for Europe. His remarks underscored the turbulence that has gripped the transatlantic relationship. Following the re-election of US President Donald Trump, European leaders are increasingly anxious about the prospect of Trump striking a unilateral deal with Russia concerning Ukraine while leaving Kyiv and the rest of Europe sidelined. Merz's Conservative Christian Democratic Union, CDU, emerged victorious in Germany's national elections on Sunday, and his party is now racing to form a government. However, the process is expected to be fraught with complex coalition negotiations, especially given the surge in support for both far-right and far-left parties, which could complicate legislative processes in the Bundestag. A crucial moment for Germany and Europe, as Germany grapples with significant economic and political challenges. Merz finds himself at the helm of a nation facing uncertainty on multiple fronts. German businesses are demanding urgent support to maintain global competitiveness. Societal divisions over migration persist, and the incoming administration must contend with an unpredictable Trump administration that has threatened new tariffs. At the same time, a resurgent Russia and an assertive China pose additional geopolitical risks. And what we also see, with the greatest concern, of course, is the attempt by Trump to make a deal with Russia on Ukraine over the heads of the Europeans, over the heads of Ukraine. Merz told a press conference, "It will come as no surprise to you when I say that this is unacceptable, both for Ukraine and for Europe." He further warned that if those who prioritize America first ultimately embrace America alone, it could leave Europe vulnerable at a critical juncture. Coalition challenges, a tough road. Ahead, Merz's conservative bloc is eager to form an alliance with the Social Democrats, SPD, led by outgoing Chancellor Olaf Scholz, who came in third place in the elections. However, the far-right Alternative for Germany, AfD, shocked the political establishment by securing a historic second place, underscoring growing dissatisfaction with traditional parties. Building a coalition with the SPD will not be easy. The election campaign was marked by deep policy rifts, particularly over migration, and Scholz's party, smarting from its worst post-war electoral result, may demand steep concessions in exchange for its support. Adding to the complications, the far-right AfD and the far-left Left Party together secured enough seats to potentially obstruct constitutional amendments. Some economists argue that such amendments are crucial to revising Germany's stringent debt rules and revitalizing its sluggish economy. The debt brake debate, one of Merz's immediate challenges, will be addressing Germany's so-called debt brake, a legal provision that limits government borrowing. He revealed that he has already begun discussions with other parties on potential reforms to the debt brake. Even before the new Bundestag is officially sworn in, Merz is also exploring the possibility of establishing another off-budget fund dedicated to increasing defense spending, a move seen as crucial for European security. However, any attempt to expand military funding may be met with resistance from both the AfD and the Left Party, who have historically opposed military aid to Ukraine. Friedrich Merz must brace himself now, warned Jan van Aken, co-leader of the Left Party, signaling potential legislative hurdles ahead. Transatlantic tensions, Europe's growing concerns about US policy. Once considered a staunch Atlanticist, Merz has recently expressed skepticism about the United States' reliability as an ally under Trump's leadership. "This really is 5 minutes to midnight for Europe," he reiterated on Monday, stressing the urgency for European nations to bolster their own defense mechanisms, rather than relying entirely on Washington. During the election campaign, Merz openly criticized what he described as outrageous comments from the Trump administration, likening them to the kind of hostile interference Europe has historically witnessed from Moscow. He also warned against Washington's attempts to divide the European Union by offering preferential trade agreements to certain member states over others. In a bold diplomatic move, Merz extended an invitation to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to visit Germany, despite an arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court, ICC, over alleged war crimes in Gaza. This controversial decision has already sparked intense debates within Germany and the broader European community. A fractured political landscape. Merz's CDU-CSU bloc secured first place in the election with 28.5% of the vote, while still marking their second-worst post-war performance. Meanwhile, the far-right AfD surged to a record-breaking 20.8%, solidifying its position as a major political force. Mainstream parties across the political spectrum have ruled out forming any alliances with the AfD. The party remains under surveillance by German intelligence services due to suspicions of extremism, yet it continues to receive endorsements from influential US figures, including billionaire Elon Musk. Tough negotiations, the path to forming a government. Despite having no prior government experience, Merz has set an ambitious goal of forming a coalition by Easter. However, SPD leaders have made it clear that their participation in any government is not guaranteed. Immigration remains one of the most contentious topics in coalition negotiations. During the campaign, Merz took a hardline stance, promising radical crackdown on migration and refusing to compromise on the issue. His push for a parliamentary resolution on migration last month, with backing from the AfD, drew fierce criticism from the SPD, which viewed the move as an unacceptable breach of political norms designed to keep the far right at bay. SPD leaders have since expressed skepticism about whether they can trust Merz as a coalition partner. The stakes for Europe. Political analysts warn that the new coalition must come together swiftly to present a united front against both the Trump administration and rising far-right forces at home. Failure to do so could further embolden the AfD, which is now poised to become the largest opposition party in the Bundestag. If mainstream parties fail to deliver tangible improvements, the AfD could emerge as a dominant political force by the next national election in 2029. Musk, who has been vocal in his support for the AfD, reaffirmed his stance on Monday, predicting on social media platform X that the party will be the majority party by the next election. Conclusion: a pivotal moment for Germany, and the EU. Germany stands at a crossroads. Under Friedrich Merz's leadership, the nation must navigate a volatile political environment at home, while strengthening European unity in the face of shifting US policies. The incoming government must address economic stagnation, societal divisions, and escalating global tensions, all while ensuring that Europe does not fall victim to diplomatic maneuvers beyond its control. With time running out, Merz's assertion that it is 5 minutes to midnight for Europe may prove to be more than just a rhetorical flourish. It could be an urgent call to action for Germany and the European Union as a whole.